and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla Marie of Kayla Meets Culture, and today I am here once again with my friend Annie.
Hi guys, my name is Annie.
Annie is also another American here in Taiwan. She has been traveling for 3 months now and is hoping to continue on with her travels, and she has spent the past week in Kinmen. Today I wanted to do a video with her and ask her a couple of questions about her experience on Kinmen and what other tourists should expect and also probably plan when they come here. So let's get started. So my first question for Annie is, what are the top 3 things that you recommend visitors do when they come to Kinmen?
I think that when everyone thinks of Kinmen, you think of Galeong, right? The liquor. So definitely check out the 2 liquor factories, the Kinmen Galeong factories. There's one, like the new one, and you can also still visit the old original factory. So definitely check both of them out. They're a little bit different. Also, Kinmen is known for their military stuff. So check out all the museums as well as like the military spots. We've done like the ropes course on the main Kinmen Island, and today we're here on Little Kinmen Island to experience another military simulation. And last but not least, I think something that's really cool is the architecture here. So check out the traditional houses when you get the chance.
And on top of the traditional houses, there's also these interesting Western style buildings that you're not gonna find back on the main island of Taiwan. So check those out as well.
Yep.
Now, time for question number 2. What are the 2 most things you did not expect when you came to visit Kinmen?
Okay, definitely the wind. That was a big thing. Everyone was like talking about the wind, but when I got here, actually that day it was okay. But then it got so windy and I was like, oh my gosh, the wind is like blowing everywhere, and people were like, oh my gosh, windy season hasn't even come yet. That's why they have those wind lions to like shield you from the winds. And then second, Kinmen is actually not that small. People are like, oh my god, it's a small tiny island, blah 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 blah. And I got here thinking, because I actually just went to Green Island and okay, that's small. And I got here and I was like, you still need a car. It still takes like 20 to 30 minutes for me to like pick up Kayla, you know? It's not tiny and like you still need to get around. So yeah, it's not that small, and there's a ton of things to do here. That's why you gotta take your time and make sure you see everything. I mean, it's not big, but it's bigger than I expected.
Yeah, and Kinmen also has some pretty big tanks. Okay, all right, moving on to our next question. All right, we are on to question number 3. Annie, how long do you recommend people come to visit Kinmen so that they can actually see all there is to see?
Honestly, I've been here for like, let's see, 9-10 days already, and I still feel like I haven't seen everything. I know a lot of people I hear come for like 3 or 4 days, and I'm like, how did you see everything in that short period of time? Like, I even think a week is like the shortest amount of time, 7 to 10 days if you can, because there's just so much to do here, and especially coming to Little Kinmen and taking the ferry and stuff, and hiking, and I could go on and on.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to see like the main attractions, maybe 2 or 3 days, but in a sense, you're really not gonna get to know like the culture and just really what it's like to just explore the island freely, because that is the funnest thing about traveling around Kinmen. All right, we are on to question number 4. Which military type activity do you prefer on Kinmen? The ropes course or the shooting range that we are at right now?
Honestly, I think it's kind of cool that you can like dress up in the actual outfits here at this shooting range, but overall, I think if you really want to get that experience with adrenaline rush, definitely go for the ropes course on the main Kinmen Island, because that definitely takes some effort.
Yeah, and I think if you're like really interested in physical activities in the rope course, but if you really don't like climbing and a lot of physical strain, then this is probably your next best bet.
Yeah.
3、2、1。
All right, everybody, we are heading to the end of our video. This is my 5th question. But before I ask the question, I told y'all I was gonna come back to Little Kinmen for the taro ice cream, shaved ice. I wasn't kidding. Okay, question number 5. How do you recommend people travel around Kinmen?
Honestly, there's a pretty good local bus system, and the bus stations at each township are pretty big, so it's pretty easy to get around, I feel like. Okay, if you have a bike or a scooter, it's pretty easy to get around, and if you are able to get a car, definitely that's the easiest mode of transportation. And to come from the main Kinmen Island to the smaller Kinmen Island, take the ferry.
Yeah, honestly, it seems kind of difficult to get around, but it's really not that hard.
You can ask Kayla if you need help.
Exactly. Hit me up if you need any help. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready to dig into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Alright y'all, so we have come to our 6th and final question for Annie about her trip on Kinmen Island. Were you surprised by how close China is when you got here?
Yes, okay, so if you guys can see behind us, since we are on Little Kinmen, it's actually closer to China, and literally those tall buildings is the city of Kinmen Island, and it's so close, like you can literally swim there.
From most parts of Kinmen and Little Kinmen, you can see lots of China. You can see the skyline of Kinmen, China, and I think there are some surrounding cities, but I do not know the names of them, and you can also see some enormous mountains. So this video is over. I want to thank Annie so much for coming, and she also is on YouTube, so you can go and check out her channel if you want to check that out, and I will see you next week. Peace. Bye. Sure. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
It got stuck, I got it again.
3, 2, 1.